I'm Carolina, and I'm behind Euphoric Alcohol Free, a space to discover your best life away from alcohol. I don't drink, and I have to tell you that I have never been more excited about my drinking game now that I'm not ingesting alcohol. There are so many alternative drinks and non-alcoholic beverages out there, and it's such fun to discover them. What are you drinking? Let me tell you some of my favorites. And these are such great alternatives to use early on when you're trying to take a break from alcohol and see if you feel better without a toxin chemical in your life. So what are my favorites? One, there's mocktails. Mocktails are so fun because you get to be creative in the kitchen or discover the most amazing flavors when you're out on the town. At home, I love to use tea as a stand-in for where the ingredient of alcohol used to go. Take any drink, I love tiki drinks for example, and replace the alcohol portion with tea. And the tea will give it a very tan kind of taste and make a drink really smooth without adding more sugar or something. So some of my favorites are tea with maybe mango juice, green tea mango juice, maybe some lemon, maybe some spice simple syrup with that. I love maybe tea with pineapple juice and maybe cream of coconut. That's a good one. I have all kinds of recipes on my blog, Euphoric, and I'll link them below so you can get some ideas. Mocktails are really great too because if you're ever at a place that has a bartender and full bar, you can ask them to make you a mocktail, even if there isn't one on their menu. Any bartender that's worth their craft will be able to make you a mocktail, and if they can't, why not start a conversation with them about why they're not so creative, with their drinks to not be able to make a drink that doesn't have one ingredient. So if there's not a mocktail on the menu wherever you go, just ask the bartender if they can make you a mocktail and give them specifics if you like. You could say, I don't like it very sweet, or I really like ginger beer with it, or I really like, sparkling water topped on it. I really like flavors of pineapple or orange or lime or mint or whatever it is. And they should be able to make you a really fun concoction. Another great alternative is non-alcoholic beer. Some people think that it hits too close to home, but for others, it's just what they need to feel more confident and resilient in their alcohol-free lifestyle and not miss the real thing. Non-alcoholic beer is exploding right now, and there's actually craft breweries that are dedicated just to non-alcoholic beer. There's non-alcoholic IPA, there's non-alcoholic stout, non-alcoholic amber ale, non-alcoholic double IPAs even. And these non-alcoholic breweries are trying to make the drinking culture safer, healthier, and more inclusive of all kinds of lifestyles that, maybe don't want to drink. There's people like me who feel best not drinking at all because being alcohol-free makes me feel amazing. But imagine how many other people could benefit from more inclusive choices out there. People who have early meetings the next day, people who are on a diet, people who need to wake up early to go to the gym, people who don't drink for religious reasons, people who have kids to take care of and need to be present for them. If our menus had more options like non-alcoholic beer, mocktails, and other really cool options that I'll talk about, I think we would live in a safer, healthier, happier society. And it's really important to speak up to these kind of establishments and say, hey, how come you don't have non-alcoholic drinks? Could you add them? I think your customers would really like them. So in addition to non-alcoholic craft beer, there's some really cool products on the market right now that mimic either cocktails or are their own kind of new thing. For example, there's these non-alcoholic botanical blends that are very, very strong, and you use it to mix with other mixers. Some of them taste like eucalyptus or like spicy cinnamon, orange. They're so crazy, they're so unique, and they don't taste like alcohol at all. They're not trying to be alcohol, but they do still have that complex adult taste that makes you feel like you're drinking a treat and not like a kid's drink. So I love experimenting with those and making mocktails with them, and they're coming to different bars and restaurants all around the world. Things like Seedlip, Barago, Driver's Tipple. There's so many interesting ones out there. There's also prepared drinks that are really cool, like Curious Elixirs, for example, makes these really strong botanical, bitter, spicy, and sweet drinks that are just perfect on ice, no alcohol needed. In addition, if you can't find these kind of newer options out there, there's so many great stand-ins that you could get anywhere at any time. Kombucha is one that I love. Kombucha is, an effervescent, slightly fermented beverage that doesn't feel like a kid's drink, and it's usually available all across the US. There's all kinds of flavored sparkling waters out there. You could drink those as is, or you could add it to a little bit of juice, a little bit of mint, a little bit of ice. Have fun, get creative. That's why I love the alternative drink world, because it lets me be more creative and try more things than I would have if I was a drinker. There's all kinds of things out there. There's craft sodas, there's, drinks from different countries that you could try. There really is so many options. So if you're trying to take a break from alcohol or quit for good, don't think that you have to be deprived and that, it's a sorry state of deprivation from you from now on. Because the world of alternative drinks will show you that there is so many fun drinks to discover, and you don't have to feel left out, and you don't have to feel like you're missing out on the fun like anyone else. Honestly, when I first quit drinking, I didn't really miss alcohol at all, because I always had these alternative drinks and non-alcoholic beverages to have, and so I really wasn't missing out on anything except for the hangover, except for all the bad stuff that nobody wants anyways. If you need any more ideas, I have a whole section of my blog that's dedicated to mocktails, non-alcoholic beer finds, other botanical blends, and tips and advice for you to use when you're out at a restaurant or a party or anything like that. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to have more tips and ideas on your alcohol-free lifestyle, and we'll see you next time.